Alright, so welcome again to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much for joining me on another 9 a.m. live stream. Thank you very much, people, for tuning in. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to be here this morning. And this morning, we will be discussing Paul Hall. Unfortunately, I almost was late again for the stream because for those who don't know, I have a big fear of crocodiles and alligators. But for some reason, every single day, I'm on my phone watching videos of crocodile and alligator. I'm not sure. I love looking at them, but I have a huge fear of them. So swamps, lakes, ponds, I don't like none of those. Mangroves, I hate all of those things. But guess what, people? We're going to get on to Paul Hall. We're going to discuss Paul Hall this morning. First of all, let's do the administration. As you can see here, we are now at 14,965. We are 35 subscribers away. 35. Oh, well, one just dropped. We're 36 people. We are 36. We are 36 subscribers away from hitting our weekly or week target. And as you can remember, the year target is 25K. Possibly we can go higher than that. We'll see. But we are 35. Oh, we just declined again. Anyways, I think that will grow. That will grow. We have a few people just going against the grain. Anyways, so definitely by the end of tonight, 12 p.m. tonight, I do think that we will hit that margin, hopefully. I have a practice game later. Let me tell you guys, this is going to be a good one. I'm really considering if I should do a live stream for it. It is, I'm going to leave it as a surprise. 3 p.m. this evening. I'm going to leave it as a surprise. 3 p.m. this evening, a practice game, a big practice game, people. I'm still considering if I'm going to video it live or just pre-record it. But guess what, people? Thank you very much for tuning. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're here for the first time, and we will definitely have enjoy the stream. So get the likes up, people. Get the likes over to 20. We have over 20 persons watching, so get the likes up. J-Dice, massive respect. Thank you very much for joining. Really appreciate it. So we're going to go straight into the article. We won't waste any time, people. As you can see, we have already far spent in our timing. So let me get straight onto that. So I saw this article a few days ago. I saw the article and I was pondering if I should really cover the article. Why is the internet dropping? I was pondering. So it's Giardini claims that working with Paul Hall is not essential. Basically saying it doesn't make any sense. He's saying that it doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to read the article and really understand what he's saying. And I do think it's solely on the basis of Paul Hall's where Paul Hall would stay. So let's go straight into the article, people. As I said, I won't waste any time. This won't be a long stream. As you know, it's normally the 9 a.m. streams are not normally long. Ryan LFC Extra, big up, bro. Big up, massive respect. Thank you very much for coming in. So let's get it. He wants Paul Hall to be fired because he is busy working for an English club. According to Clyde Giardini, the general manager of Harbourview Football Club, the Jamaica Football Federation should dismiss Paul Hall from the position of head coach of the Jamaica men's national football team, the Reggae Boyz. Hall currently has club allegiance with the under-23s of the Queen's Park Rangers. Giardini further stated that Hall's impact as national coach has not been quite impressive. I do apologize for that. Either terming his ways of operation has been strange. Giardini explained that the Jamaica Football Federation needs to replace Hall with someone who is fully dedicated to the team. In the meantime, Stewart also asserted that no national team would want the coach that is constantly unavailable due to other clubs' consignments. Notwithstanding, he also said that Hall is talented as a coach due to his knowledge and associations with players from England. Now, there's a lot of things here that I disagree with. So I'm going to finish read first, then I'm going to decipher it. Hall started coaching the Reggae Boyz in the World Cup qualification campaign and has so far achieved 1 draw and a win in 6 games. He also had 2 wins, 3 draws and 5 defeats in 10 matches. Football analyst Michael Hall and Clyde Giardini had previously expressed their displeasure when the Jamaican Football Federation decided to hire Paul Hall. They didn't agree with the dismissal of Theodore Tapper Whitmore as head coach of senior men's football team. Now, let's look at this in a different perspective now. So basically, they're saying, hey, we don't agree. Tyrone Williams, bless up. Stinger the killer, bless up as well. Good morning, my G. Diana, bro. Hopefully everything is doing good with you. So let me decipher this particular article by Giradini. Now, he said that Paul Hall terms of operating are strange. Not all coaches you will see operate the same manner. They don't operate the same. It might seem strange to you, you might not like it, but not all leaders operate in the same manner. There's different leadership style. Some autocratic, some use democracy. There's a lot of different leadership styles. So definitely, I don't really agree with that in what he's saying there. Now, Paul Hall did stated that, well, whilst Paul Hall was being here, he wasn't on any contract. For the latter stages of Paul Hall, he was not on any contract. So he was basically working for free labor. And guess what? He was here. He turned up for it. But guess what? Paul Hall did stated that once pen to paper is done, he is fully committed. Once pen to paper is done, he is fully committed. He definitely stated that. Now, as a football analyst in Giradini, you must realize that there are so much factors that affects a result. There are so much factors that affects results. Now look at it. We have seen so much coaches over the past year, over years of the Reggae Boyz. They have spent 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, whatever time period, and you still don't see the success that you are claiming that you'd want to see. You can't recognize that. And even we can remember when John Barnes was appointed, he had a fairly good stint. Then he left. And I strongly believe that monetary gains was a big part of it, despite the political aspect of it. So you have to look at things in very, very different aspects of it. So he said he also had two wins, 3 draws and 5 defeats in 10 matches. Now, let's have a look at that. Look at the defeats first. When those defeats happened, what happened during that time period? Administration has a huge impact on football. What happened off the pitch has a major impact on what happened on the pitch. So we can't discredit or we can't look past all the things that happened off the pitch and say, hey, despite that, we should be seeing this. That is not how football really operates. That is not how football operates. So I implore you, Giradini, as a football analyst, to really take an in-depth look at this current situation surrounding Paul Hall. You want to see results right away. Big up Martin Baker. You want to see results right away. But there is a lot of variables which in due diligence affects the performance of the squad. And when you look at the defeats, you can definitely say, okay, so for example, let's have a look. Look at Miran Garden played 2 games. 2 games Miran Garden played. Young Cryptic, big up, massive respect. Miran Garden played 2 games just the other day as head coach. And he drew with a World Cup team and he lost to another World Cup team. Now guess what you're going to say? That is bad, that doesn't look good. But let's bear in mind the travel issues that the players have, all the factors surrounding the player. It was a totally new squad that Miran Garden had. So even in the event, you could be the world's best coach. When you have a squad of 15 players who have never played together and you're putting 11 of those players on the pitch, you could be the best coach in the world. You will have problems. You will have problems. Now, we have seen it. All those persons who watch football week in, week out would have seen it and realized that that's just a part of football. That is a part of football. Give me a second. People, do apologize. We're just fixing something. That is just definitely a part of football. And how things are, you won't always see or get the best team as possible. That's just how international setup. But in the same sense, when you have a team of 11 individuals and not a team or not a squad, you have players, 11 individuals and not a team, you will find yourself behind because you will be playing against teams that, look at the teams that Miran Garden played against. two teams that are going to the World Cup, two teams that have been gelling, working together for, let's say, Morocco. I think most of Morocco team was mostly local players. And we did deservedly get a whipping, a deserved whipping. But when the team went out with a little bit more preparation and played against Qatar, you can definitely say that based off the information that came out, the team played better. Yes, we might be under the cush, but we scored first, and they were the team that had to come back to equalize. So that's saying that the team actually tried something. So you can definitely say that there was some level of improvement, at least some level of improvement. Now, since Paul Hall was appointed, Paul Hall has been getting a lot of negativity. Since the appointment of Paul Hall, he has been getting a lot of negativity. Specifically, local coaches came onto his back in the initial stages. Players came onto his back in initial stages. Lots of the fans came onto his back in initial stages. But guess what? In football, right? When you have a team, you have a manager who's trying to implement something, everything will not be right at initial stages. And we have seen it right across the world. We have seen it in football now. Luckily enough, all of us are watching football on a bigger stage, that there's no way a manager's coming right away and fix the issues. That's not how football is. That's not how football operates. It takes time to build your team. It takes time to get the players that you want. It takes time to get rid of the players who cause problems in the dressing room. That is just a general aspect of how football is. We could say, hey, we want this, we want that. We want results. No. But that's not it. No, one of the big aspects that I lauded Paul Hall for was when Paul Hall came in, Paul Hall came to Jamaica with a plan. And we can't say we have seen many coaches who came to Jamaica with an ideology that this is the way that we're going to go forward as a nation in football. Now, if any one of you guys remember particular coach, maybe we can say Simoes came with that idea, but we kind of move away from it and look at what happened right now. Look at the dirt that we're in right now. But Paul Hall came here with a plan. His plan was to fix Jamaican football, not just the Reggae Boyz. Fix Jamaican football. He wanted to see that we have, for example, we have an international friendly come up. We can't pick some of the players who are playing overseas in Europe or wherever they're playing. And we have to pick a local squad. Paul Hall wanted that when he's picking a local squad, he's picking a squad that is highly competent enough to go and be competitive. That is the direction that Paul Hall wanted Jamaican football to win. He's not saying that we are going to become the best league or the best footballing nation in the world. But his implementations were to get the football, the local product, at the highest level. And that would in turn produce better players at the highest level, and we can be highly competitive at the highest level. That was his plan. And anyone who don't even see that vision, you basically lack the ideology, you lack the vision of where Jamaican football should be. Many of these critics have seen Jamaican football in the dirt for many years, have said nothing about it, have done anything about it, and as soon as someone comes who have the intention or try to fix things, they find all different reasons to say, hey, this man is not ready, this man is not good enough. Yes, we want to see results on the pitch right away, but sometimes you must fix up backroom staff before results can be perfected on the pitch. That's just how it is sometimes. Not all the time you will see football. Not all the time you see a football team just pick up a team and they go out there and win a game. You won't see that all the time. For you to have a long-lasting project, a long-lasting team who can stay competitive at the highest level for the longest time period, we must build from scratch straight up to the top. That is the only way we can do going forward. And that was the plan that Paul Hall had. Look at what Canada did. Canada built from scratch. They basically re-scrambled. They reset their entire program. Total reset. And look at what they are doing right now. They went dormant for some years. And look at what they are doing right now. And if we as fans said we need to be competing at the highest level, so guess what? We're going to get that player over there. We're going to get that player right there. We're going to get that player right there. and it will automatically be fixed. I highly doubt that is the case. Because there's a particular mentality, there's a particular ideology within the Jamaica football right now that include corruption, that include nepotism. All of these factors must be removed before we can see any level of success at the highest level. And these are the small variables. These are the intangible variables that makes this football so difficult to progress. Young Crypto said the man has a 10-year plan for our football and they didn't even give him a year. Pitiful. Martin Baker said, real talk, Canada made that step and Jamaica need to do it as well. Island Card said, MG Paul Hall is not the answer and he will never be answer, and that's the reality. All right, Island Card. Paul Hall is not the answer. My question to you is, Island Card, since you definitely know that Paul Hall is not the answer, who do you believe is the answer? And tell me what are your thoughts on that person that you think will be the answer. And give me an idea of what you would want to see happening in Jamaica football. Let's see how you let's see what your thoughts on that. I would love to see your thoughts on that. Who do you see as the answer to Jamaican football? Since Paul Hall is not the answer, who do you see as the answer? I am not saying that Paul Hall is the only answer, but I'm saying that Paul Hall came with an answer. He came with an answer. We have been asking for an answer for years for Jamaican football. We have been asking the question, how will we get better? What can we do to improve? What is going on? What is wrong? What is this? We have been asking these questions for years. Paul Hall came with an answer. I'm not saying that Paul Hall is the only person who has an answer, but guess what? He came with an answer. And we did not opt to give that answer a try. That equation that he came with, that formula that he came with, we did not opt to give it a try. So, Island Cart, my question to you is, since you said that Paul Hall is not the answer and he will never be the answer, I'm asking you the question now. Who do you think is the answer? And what do you think is the answer? And if you can answer that question, definitely I will take my humbling and eat the humble pie. Wayne Evans said, MG, enough blessings. Well said about Paul Hall. Big up Wayne Evans. Martin Baker said, I believe Paul Hall will do a good job if the JFF make him pick players he wants from overseas and also in Jamaica. Now, something that I know for a fact is this, right? Many of these players that are here calling, I know for a fact that before the Nation League, I know for 100% fact that there are players in the team that Paul Hall went out by himself to go in England in the lower tiers to watch those players for himself. I know this for a fact. I am not asking anyone. I know this for a fact. And if we have a coach who can go out to these leagues and watch these players for himself, they said, okay, can this player in particular improve us? That is saying a lot about the coach himself. Guys, we have over 50 persons watching. We're on 23 likes. Let's get the likes up to 40 if that is possible. Would really appreciate it if you guys do so. So people, this is what I'm saying, right? He came with an answer. Island Cart, I'm still waiting on your answer now. You said that he's not the answer, I will never be the answer, so I'm still waiting on your answer. What is the answer? Since you know for a fact that Paul Hall is not the answer, it must have mean that you know the answer. Guess what? I don't know the answer. But as I said, Paul Hall came with an answer. He came with an equation. He came with a formula. And the only way to know if that formula would work is giving the formula a try. That's how I view it. That is definitely how I view it. I can be wrong. I can definitely be wrong. And as I said, I will definitely eat the humble pie. But I would love to see Island Cart come up with that particular answer. And I'm waiting on it. Data Championship said, the man came with a plan for the nation's football, not just the national team. Thank you very much, Data Champion. That is exactly what I was going to move on to now. Now, there's always big complaint about the local league, right? Let me close off this in the back. There's always huge complaint that the local league, the local man is not good enough. Waste of time with the local man them. Anytime we have an international friendly, why local man is not good. These are the sentiments. These are the sentiments that have been drawn over years. Local ball is not good. The local league not good. Schoolboy football don't make no sense. All of these things. These are what I've been. These are the things that I've been saying. Fans have been saying for years. Local ball no good. Schoolboy football ball no good. The club then this. The club then that. All of them. Yeah. And guess what? No. Guess what? Paul came with a plan, with a formula to improve that we have been complaining about, which is the local product. Improve local players. But guess what? It's not the answer. Or that is not the answer. Improving the local product is not the answer. So guess what? Maybe Island Court is saying the only answer is to just go out and get all the players that have Jamaica can't say word. Why me can't say word? All the players that are eligible to play for Jamaica. Just go out and get those players. Once you're playing, if you're playing in EPL, EFL, doesn't matter where you're playing. Once you're eligible, go and get those players, bring them, and automatically we will get better. Maybe that is the sense. Maybe that is the notion that is coming from. Martin Baker said, you know why people are saying that, MG? Because they're not picking the right local players in the team, and we can see that for a fact. I definitely know that for a fact, and that is the reason why they're always getting beaten. But in the same sense, Martin, what I'm saying is this, right? If we have a league that is competent enough, can perform enough, at a high enough standard, we can find players who can be competitive and playing when we can formulate an international friendly. That's just what we'll. And when we start seeing better players at the lower level, I do think we will generally get better Reggae Boyz. So for example, why is this internet behaving like this? For example, in the event, right, we start having better under 10s, players at under 10 level performing better, playing better at a higher level. It means that even if we still stick with the schoolboy football, we're going to have schoolboy football being at a higher, a more competitive level. Watch the internet. I don't know why the internet are being so. We're going to have schoolboy football performing at a higher level. Then we're going to have the under 17s, all these competitions performing at a higher level. Then generally, we're going to have the Premier League performing at a higher level. And that is the direction that we want to go. That is the only direction that we can go, we can say that, boy, definitely it looks as if things are improving. That's the only way. Jay Shai said 876 is the answer for the football in Jamaica, but he isn't the answer for the JFF. And that's why he isn't given the job. All the other coaches never exposed the JFF like Paul Hall did. True. That's true. Wayne Evans said Paul Hall needs to get a fair chance. He will develop the football in Jamaica. And people, that's the truth, you know. That is something that we want to see. We want to see football in Jamaica develop. If we believe that football is only about the Reggae Boyz, we are totally wrong. We are totally wrong. If we believe that football is only about the Reggae Boyz, we are 100% wrong. I'm Shaquille Green, bless up. Data Championship said to come up with a plan for the nation's football is not the job for the head coach, and it did that and then still sell him out. Actually, basically, he come as a technical director, somewhat of a technical director. All right, so Island Card. So the answer is from Island Card. Now, let's listen to the answer from Island Card. First of all, Jamaica League is garbage. And it will never go nowhere on the world stage. And the only answer is to get the overseas players right now to compete in the CONCACAF and the world stage. What? Island Card. People, let's go. Let's go, people. Let's read what Island Card said again. First of all, Jamaican League is garbage. And it will never go nowhere on the world stage. And the only answer is to get the overseas players right now to compete in the CONCACAF and the world stage. That is Island Card answer. So let's do this then, right? So we're going to work off based off what Island Card said. So let's get an international coach. Let's bring in, for example, there's a lot of names being called. Let's bring in Klinsmann. And Klinsmann said, okay, so JFF get $1 billion. And with the $1 billion, the JFF go out and get Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, just saying, all of the best players that we can ever possibly assemble. That's what the JFF go out and do. And spend that entire $1 billion and the Reggae Boyz, getting all the best players possible. Put them together. So we start our chartered flight and all these things, right? Put them together to compete. Guess what's going to happen? We're going to get beaten same way. Because guess why? We don't have a system. We don't have a plan. The players, these are the first players that want to play together. When you spend all of that the Monday now, and the Reggae Boyz, and the Reggae Boyz fail again, then what? Then what is the succession plan? Then what is the succession plan, Island Cart? Island Cart, you think you're coming up with something smart. That makes no sense. And when you come and say, well, the Jamaican League is garbage, it is not where it's supposed to be. But it's not total garbage. Look much. We have Christopher Pearson, but we say no good. Go and play, walk into a USL team. And yes, still I say the local, a schoolboy football Christopher Pearson come from. And he walk down on a USL team. Most of our local players, when we leave from here in Jamaica, Kenroy Campbell walk going on a team in Europe. In a Zimbabwe, walking at the team. So if the local league is garbage, then these players shouldn't walk on. These players shouldn't even be playing. We shouldn't be. These clubs shouldn't be looking at these players then. Yes, Jason Guna, Pearson played. Shaquille Green said money have to spend on the youths. Karim Grant said, I'm good with Paul Hall. He took 8 matches to break out a lot of bad habits and build up of that build up of look at that. You can see him trying to do something. Karim Grant said him get 20 minutes. Once can't call that walk. But guess what now, Karim? Christopher Pearson is 18 years old. He didn't have to get any game time. He didn't have to get any game time. There are senior players there. He could have gone to the reserve team. He could have gone to the USL1 team or the reserve, the Toulouse reserve team and play with the youths. But he went to the senior team and get 20 minutes of football. And yes, not necessarily walk, but if you look into context, at 18 years old, just coming from Jamaica, you will see. Jason Guna said, Ricketts is the coach. Alan Carr said, MG, didn't the former Brazil coach say that the local players is not good enough to help the team to go to the World Cup? So that say a lot about these local players. So, Alan Carr, when I said getting the local league at a higher level, you neglect that. You totally neglect that, Alan Carr. You totally neglect that. You forgot that I said that Paul Hall wanted the local football to be better as well. The former Brazil coach said the local players can't help the national team. But guess what? He had no intention in helping the local team, the local league as well. So what I'm saying is the Island Card. It's about making Jamaican football better in context, the entire football. Just going to say, just don't say walk into the team. All right, basically, yeah. He never walk into the team. But he get the appearance. He get the appearance after turning up. But definitely, Cephas walk into Shukupi team. Nobody can tell me nothing else. Cephas walk in Shukupi team. Bygrave, and then people walk in the Vietnamese team them. Literally walk in there. Who else? Kenroy Campbell walk into the team. Fine, yeah, Pierce never walk into it. But he make appearance in which he still went against the grain. But those other guys who is coming from the local league walk into the team. And you can't say anything different. The man, Kenroy Campbell arrived today and tomorrow he might play. Kenroy Campbell arrived today and tomorrow he might play. Cephas arrived today and next year him up on his team sheet and then he start play. I score week in, week out now. So that's what I'm talking about. Bygrave and Daniel Green, I must start right now. So what I'm saying is, if the league is so not good, these players shouldn't even be looking at any other team. They should be stuck into the garbage league, as what Island Card said. It's not me picking up for the local league. But sometimes when we say things that we don't really know about, that's how we contextualize it as garbage. But when you don't know, that's how you express yourself. Anyways, people who have been here for half an hour mark, Definitely gonna have to go on the road today, as I said. I have a big game coming up later. Maybe I might stream it. Maybe I might stream it. Maybe I might not. But definitely look out for it, people. And I'll see you guys again. So for me, people, Paul Hall definitely came with a plan. I trusted Paul Hall. I wanted to see what Paul Hall's plan was, because definitely Paul Hall wanted to fix local football. And you guys know that I'm a big follower of the local football people. I'm a big follower of it. Remember in the Island Card, you know what's going to happen? When many of the people in the comment section, many of the viewers of my channel, many of them have kids who play in Jamaica. And if you should say that you have a son who's playing in Jamaica and you said, boy, my son are garbage as well because he's playing in Jamaica, I don't think you'd use that reference. I definitely don't think you use that reference. There's so much worse league than the Jamaica Premier League. So much worse league. And definitely someone came to make it better and you said that that's not the way to go. You have someone who came here to make it better and you said that's not the way to go. I don't agree with that. Not saying that everyone in the league is top tier, but you can find gems. You can find gems in the league. Kaim Paris that is in Ukraine right now came from the league. Boza came from the league as well. Yeah, they all came from the Jamaica Premier League. They played in the Jamaica Premier League. They all came from it. All the players that we're hyping up right now, they came from the Jamaica Premier League. There are gems there. Doesn't matter what we want to say or how we disregard these players. There are gems there. We must respect that. Sometimes people, when we hate on our own self or what we have, we turn to have problems. It's like you have a nice car. You have your car. Yes, it might give you a problem. But guess what? You see someone else driving a pretty car and you start looking at what they have rather than say, okay, let's see if I can fix what I have or even upgrade on what I have. But we start seeing what other people have and say, no, we want that. Without working towards it. Anyways, people, massive respect, people. Thank you very much for tuning in, people. Definitely our early morning show. Hopefully, guys enjoyed that one. Guys, please do smash the like button. Would really appreciate it if you guys saw. And I'll see you guys on the next one. I'll see you guys. Look out for more videos, people. Until next time, people. MG Sports TV. We are out, people. Boom. Massive respect, people. Have a good day, people. Have a good day. And watch internet a drop. Anyways.